Shush. Okay.
The noise from the Delphi's event is going to keep being a thing,
It is going to keep being a thing. Alright. Hello, everyone. We are in a 3-minute delay, so anything you say in chat will take a hot minute for us to see. But
that's a long delay.
That is a long delay, but I got in trouble last time because I forgot to put on a delay, so now I'm being extra cautious about it. But I am here with... my name is Kyle. I'm captain of the Rocket League team, and I am here with... you can introduce yourself, I guess.
I'm Maddie. I'm his subordinate.
Sure, let's go with that. Because they're gonna let me actually... There we go. All right. Today we've got Cornell College versus University of Northern Iowa.
He bullies me every day.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Best of 5. This is NECC regular fall season.
Their final match?
I believe the final of the regular season,
yeah,
yes.
final of the regular season. I don't know if they're making playoffs or not.
I believe they are, but we shall see.
And of course, this very match could have an impact on that outcome. Both teams engaging here onto Busan Sanctuary. A lot of those long-range damage heroes coming out. The Soldier, the Hanzo for both teams. Baptistes as well to pile on that damage.
We've got Grant on the off angle here, just trying to get some damage in as Soldier, flanking around, poking here and there. We've got Trey on Tracer here. We see the two Sigmas fighting on point. Tracer is going to dive into the back line, get a good pick on the BAP. Trying to get the Ana now.
No other support to heal her up. She is remarkably squishy on her own and not quite finding those shots.
There, it does get the kill.
Does make the kill. And that should be the first fight. Pretty neatly cleaned up. Skip
Sigma
on a
very
sliver
low
of health, but the Baptiste coming out of spawn. Immortality field spent there. That will make an impact on the early side of the next fight, but for now, the fight ends. Cornell capture the point.
You can move closer also to the mic because I don't know how good our levels are.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Closer to the mic. Here I am.
Alright. Looks like you and I is going to be looking to re-engage here. Junk is going to be pushing onto Grant here on the Soldier, getting him out of that poke spot. Sigma now fighting on point. The big rock. Graham taking a lot of damage, going to be kept up by his healers. Immort Field coming out on the side of Cornell. Good pick from Grant on the Soldier here. Now 1v1, the Junker on the side does get the pick. That's 2 for Grant here. Great job. 3.
Oh my goodness, he's absolutely popping off and just finding everything. Once again, it's that Baptiste going down that starts the carnage, but that time, I mean, it'll just be absolutely no recovering for this UNI team.
Window coming out. Sigma will out on the other
to
side.
try to turn the fight. Some of these players coming back early, and it's Colvin and Mischiefs both down. Cornell without their damage heroes gonna struggle to really make an impact into this one, and the window as well, making it so difficult for them to live. And just, I mean, out of the jaws of victory, snatching defeat are Cornell in that fight, just to overextend a tiny bit too much and punished very effectively by those ultimates. That said, Cornell will have a little bit of an advantageous ultimate bank of their own. They've got the Gravitic Flux on their opponents, and then the Pulse Bomb as well can potentially take out one of those vulnerable support heroes.
And the ult economy definitely in favor of Cornell here. We'll see what they can make use of it here. Sigma pushing in. Barrier already going to be down. Grant gets a good pick on the Junk in the back line.
Yeah, and he's been doing absolutely amazing work getting those initial picks and getting the momentum in these fights started, because now, fighting 4v5 without a majority of their damage, you and I are going to really struggle to get into this one. The Genji going to struggle to find those assassinations. The Nanoblade does come out, though, and does find Kolva. Looking for more is the Genji, but not quite able to do so, and especially with the Brig keeping him away.
Big rock!
Enormous rock for Gator fan, and that Nanoblade is completely negated. Very effective use of the rally there.
So that Baptiste sitting on top of point. Trey is going to be able to pick up the Junk as he's in his tire here. Tire's not going to find anything. Graham with the Sigma ult, going to get it out. That's Immort Field out for Baptiste, taking a lot of damage on both sides here. We do have the Tac Visor if need be. Gavin's going to get a big pick on the enemy Baptiste, and it looks like Cornell is going to have the point here.
Yeah. Gavin really showing the enemy support what's what there, taking out his counterpart quite effectively. Good work for him.
Tracer very low. This is going to get that recall off in time. The only ult up on the side of Cornell is going to be this Tac Visor here. Meanwhile, coming back with Window and Sigma ult is UNI. We'll see how that handles. Looks like Grant is getting in a bit of an off-angle position here, ready to make the most out of that Tac Visor. as possible.
Removing those range limiters on Soldier, very effective. And to duel the Tracer as well can be a major use. The Tracer trying to hide in the corner, and Graham not even really paying attention, just forcing out the recall and now able to take her out with that rock. Good trades coming out from Cornell, pretty effectively using that one, as looks like they will be able to clean up this first round. Just one Genji remains. Roadkill switching onto the Lucio to attempt to make a last-second touch, and whether it works or not, yeah, the Brig, the rock, absolutely everything getting thrown at that guy, and little guy doesn't stand a chance.
Little guy did not stand a chance. Last-second pick there on the enemy Tracer. Tracer on Tracer violence.
Are you sure we're on a delay? Oh, we are on a delay,
we are.
it says.
We're on a 3-minute delay.
I wasn't seeing the little guy that says...
Behind my caffeine addiction stash.
True. Yeah.
All right, good first round. From
Kyle
Cornell
dwelling
here.
on his caffeine addiction.
Look. Shush.
Yeah. Not surprised to see the Mei coming out for the side of Cornell. Mecha Base, a map that ever since I've played Overwatch started 3 years ago, and every single time you play this map, you can be sure that the best teams will be running a Mei. Interesting strategy for the side of UNI not to use one themselves. The wall just so effective in blocking off these narrow choke points that are absolutely required to fight through in this map. Let's see how they handle the fight.
Both sides going to be contesting for the high ground here. We see Grant on the left side dealing with that Genji.
A little bit early pop on the biotic field.
Ooh,
nice
good
catch,
wall.
and that's why we use the walls on Mecha Base. Just absolutely brutal, isolating the team. Brig gets caught out a little bit forward. Immortality field broken, and the Brig still under pressure. Sigma Shield forced out there as well, and Gator Fan able to bully them back into the hallway. The Genji's presence elsewhere is sort of irrelevant at the moment, as the 1v1 going pretty well in favor of Grant.
Genji just trying to stall the point capture as long as possible.
And it's the Junkrat taken down once again. Ooh. Just getting absolutely bullied.
Just a second too late.
Yeah, that is rough.
Cornell is going to get the point. They are without their tank here and just lost their main healer.
Yeah, trying to get some damage as Grant, not really contestable except for by the Genji, and drops down onto point just to keep that percentage ticking up for as long as possible, but will be forced into attack for retreat. Yeah. And meanwhile, Cornell already taking back the high ground. Very effective with the Sigma Mei composition. Almost a second tank is Mei with how much health she has and how many sustaining abilities she has available to her. But getting bullied back now are Cornell, as the Brig whip shot really effectively dealing with Gator Fan. Vic, meanwhile, has switched onto the Lucio, giving Cornell that speed boost, allowing them to rotate more quickly to this other side, which they'll be doing right now. Walled off, though, they are, as Vandium switched over to the Mei. Vic taken down early. Kolva finds on lasting in response, but the window is not doing quite enough for Cornell here, as Kolva follows its trades 1 for 1 for 1, 3 versus 3 left on the field. The Gravitic Flux comes out, catches absolutely everybody, and down they go. Break taken down out of the rally, and the Immortality field's been forced as well. Low health left for the UNI team, and they're trying to keep themselves up here. The Baptiste doing amazing work to keep it, but is it going to be enough? It doesn't look like it will, as Kolva's able to find the Baptiste. On point now are Cornell, and it looks like they'll be able to eke out the last couple of players, though. People are returning now, and this fight's getting chaotic. Cornell flipped the point, but it's not anywhere near done. Vic finding Skip might cause a temporary reprieve.
It looks like that's going to seal it.
There it is.
Yeah, Grant getting the pick on the Genji there. Really good signal, and then just the steamroll by Cornell there onto the point. We have Tac Visor coming up. We've got Mayo. We're coming up on Beat as well on the sides of Cornell. Maybe a Fat Finger on the blade? I don't know. Came out a little bit early. That's a Mort Field out already for UNI. We've got the Tac Visor up now on side of Cornell. Doesn't seem to have found anything. We do have Mayo out as well. Is probably going to get the Baptiste.
Catch the bat for sure. And the Brig isolated from her team as well, walled off, but in a 1v1 with the Mei, actually, the Brig's going to be the one to be winning. Has to use that block to keep herself safe. The Beat's deployed. Wow, that is
that's an investment.
That is an interesting investment in a 1 versus 1 fight, but the Genji looking to die from it as well.
Is going to get killed here.
Can't deflect that Mei beam, buddy.
Yeah. Ooh,
yeah. Very low health there for the
Mei. Yeah, it looks like UNI is going to be... Hey, I think they have for a second now, but they're back on that Mei, seeing how helpful it is for on this map and just in general on this map, so...
Yeah.
Trying to mirror it, but...
Good
Ooh.
flank here coming in from Kulva, able to pump in those pulse rockets for huge damage from the sidelines.
Yeah,
84%. We're looking at final fight territory here as almost the Rock finds the Gravitic Flux, but some damage will be deployed to Cornell in the meantime.
Oh, that's both supports down for Cornell. This is not looking great for them. Support down for...
Yeah, every support is dead on this field, but
Ooh.
Cornell's tank has fallen. Nobody with those healing abilities except for the soldier. Potentially an advantage if he can stay alive long enough to use them, but he can't quite do so. And at 99%, Cornell will be denied. Mischief's taken off the point as well, and Cornell will regroup. The ultimate situation looking pretty even for both of these teams. The Blizzard available for both, the Rally available for UNI, and Cornell with the Gravitic Flux. Going to be trying to deploy it here, I would expect, especially with that rock on cooldown now. Maybe looking to use it to get out of this area.
We see Grant constantly on these off angles. Now they're going to be switching over to this side, get the high ground on this bridge, hopefully to get a little bit of a shooting
but Mischief goes down to the rock. That's a nice Gravitic Flux, though. Knowing that the rock is out, the Blizzard is used in response, though, and Cornell's getting frozen up. Trades have been made on both sides here. Kulva dies to the Blade, and the Blade's still slicing and dicing. Gets some damage in, but Vic stops it. There's the May, though, freezing onto Cornell's tank. And Gator Fan, again, you can't suck up that May beam, but trying so hard anyway to get through this fight. Just barely eking out a life, but won't quite be able to continue doing so. The Blizzard is used for Cornell. The Gravitic Flux doesn't find anything onto Mischiefs, and it's just
May
ticks
low
on both sides. May on a sliver of health.
He's gonna get the trade.
Just barely. Just a few players remain. The Visor trying to get sucked up by that Sigma, but not going to be lasting long enough, and is able to take down that Tracer. It's just the Soldier and the Sigma. It's 1 versus 1 point. And back onto the ball is Gator Fan. Not sure if anybody's going to be able to touch this one. There's a Lucio coming through, but is it going to be enough?
Cornell.
Not quite.
Way to secure it by Cornell. Great job from Grant, clutching that out with the Visor here. Whew, close one. Good one. It's already up all the way.
No, I was turning it down a little bit. It's a little.
Trust me when I say it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm bullying you.
Okay.
I'm nice like that.
Yeah, and this 3K that we saw in the beginning, not surprising that it's the play of the game. Just absolutely enormous work from Grant here to find all of these kills to secure what was practically the opening fight of the game. Very solid first map for Cornell. Let's see how you and I respond.
Looks like Graham's gonna have to restart here. Not entirely sure what happened there. But yeah, that is map 1.
Yippee.
Yippee indeed.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I'm vibing. Alright.
Love when we get Kyle noises.
I'm vibing. Alright, well, while we wait for this next map here, we're gonna mute. We'll be back with game 2. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and there's no Be Right Back screen yet. It's pending TM.
But we'll be back soon.
Yep. And we're back!
That was so loud you peaked them.
I like having fun.
Do you like deafening our viewers?
No, I can always look. I can fix it in post for YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, you'll have to.
Yeah, you know what? No, but in most it's good when
the bar was fully red.
Well, that's just you got loud.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, well,
you're gaslighting me.
Okay.
Live on air, folks.
Oh my
Kyle
God.
gaslighting his subordinate.
Wah. It's wild how you call yourself a subordinate.
Okay, you're the captain. What else do you want me to say?
I don't know. Don't demean yourself like that, Maddie. Alright, here we go.
I can do whatever I want. I'm thinking of so many jokes, but I can't say any of them on stream.
Good call.
It's so sad. Choose your own adventure, but it's the jokes that I can't make.
We have the broadcasting rules on the side here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
I know.
Not,
I know.
I have not violated them.
I know. You're doing a great job.
I'm so good.
Blizzard World. I've
10
never
subs
seen.
and I will say a non-PG-13 word on stream.
I have never seen them play this map. This map does not ever seem to get picked.
Yeah, because it's boring.
It's almost always King's Row.
I mean, yeah, King's Row is fun.
Because King's
the
Row is
Widowmaker
cool.
shot attempted by Vandium, but won't be found, and I expect switching to another hero shortly, probably. No?
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 Stick in the Widow.
Decisions.
Interesting. We're all going to have to be careful now, as they're a little bit outranged on their Sojourn Soldier composition.
Already dropping off the high ground. Gonna be backing up a little bit. That Widow up in the air.
Woo! Doesn't find it. But already on point is Skip. Gonna be
Big rock.
pushed back there. Yeah, the rock is able to catch Vandium out.
Grant does get the pick onto the Widow with that initial damage. Just gonna be reestablishing themselves a point, pushing up. That's a lot of damage on the Hanzo. Big
Beautiful
rock.
rock. Yeah, and the Baptiste caught out on the flank there as well. Called the first to retreat though. Good picks for Cornell in the early stages of this map. Burned a minute off the clock with no real advantage given over to the other side. Ultimate charge fairly even for both sides. Vandium has switched over to the Cassidy. And yeah, besides the slight differences in range, Cornell really playing to the range that they're at best here with this composition. Not really finding long sight lines is this Hanzo, and that's making the Hanzo much less effective than the Soldier and Sojourn that Cornell are running.
Oh, and Mortfield saves the Sigma. Mortfield a bit far up, so it's going to get quickly taken down by the Soldier on the high ground for Cornell. They're establishing themselves onto point now. Soldier still poking from that high ground with the Sojourn. Just trying to put in as much damage as possible. Yeah.
Railgun charging up there, looking for a headshot. Gator fan also close to the Gravitic Flux. Skip has one of his own, and there it goes! Lighting up Cornell's high ground and catching several of them into the air. Quirky Oasis needed to use the Immortality Field to keep himself alive, but still so low on health, and Cornell's players falling. Even with the window, it's not enough to get the damage, not enough to get the healing that they need.
Oh, get the one! Yes!
Yeah, Kolba finds one, but one is all he will find, and this point will go the way of UNI. Cornell now gonna have to try to hold this one on second point. Ultimate's looking fairly good for Cornell, though. They used nothing except for the window, which charges pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And the Gravitic Flux and Rally did have to be expended for the side of UNI.
Contesting the high ground already. They do not want to give that up. Cassidy about half health here. They're gonna have to drop off. Now Sigma on Sigma here. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey,
wow.
hey!
Gator fan gets
Morphil's
rocked forward somehow, and yeah, that immortality is not going to be anywhere near enough to save you from that damage. Vandium does get caught out there, and it's going to be a trade tank for DPS. Cornell with slight disadvantage into this one, but Quirky Oasis doing well to try to neutralize it. Mischief gets up on the high ground, looking for that Sojourn damage, has the Overclock available if it wants to use it, try to get some of those high power railguns in, but might not even need it as the Baptiste is going to fall from Kolva. It's an aggressive pinch for these DPS players, both of them taking very aggressive angles and not quite punished for it yet. And as Kolva finds another pick, you know,
yeah,
why not?
Seems to be working out very well. We saw this on Busan, where Grant was taking those off angles. Obviously, with the Mei, with Trey on Mei, wasn't able to do much of that split, but with the Soldier Sojourn setup there, really pinching as much as possible with these long angles.
Yeah.
Got tacked by, we've got almost all ults up on both sides, actually. It's going to be Dragons coming out.
Yeah. Dragons splitting off Gator fan, maybe doing some damage, but he does manage to find a cute little corner to keep himself safe in. Lots of damage coming through onto this Sigma. Immortality field broken, but Skip going to escape for now. Vic with the rally getting huge damage through here, though, and is able to catch out those enemy supports in the corner. Now the rest of them are alive, but it doesn't much matter, because no healing, you just have to wait.
Cornell really setting themselves up here, not wavering in their defense here.
Yeah. And the trade of ultimates was overall fairly good. They expended the Rally and the Gravitic Flux against the Dragons. Slight more investment on Cornell's side, but they did win the fight, so that's to be expected. And now the next one beginning here. Lots of ultimates available. There's the High Noon coming through, forcing Cornell to take slightly more passive positions for a moment, but everyone's alive somehow, but does get caught out. This is Kolva. Quirky Oasis forced to use the Immortality Field. Trying to find that Brigitte is Mischiefs, but can't quite do so, even though she's only on a sliver of health. Gets away with it this time.
Okay.
Spawner's coming through. Does eventually find that kill. Yeah, good for him. Overclock getting some good value on that one. Skip getting pressured now. Takes a lot of damage to that rock and will get caught out by the pulse rockets.
It's a little bit scary for Cornell there as the Grant went down pretty quickly into the Visor. Visor got popped and then unfortunately died. Biotic Field not enough to sustain them up from, I believe it was the Sigma pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cornell stabilizing again here.
Ultimates in this next fight could get dicey. The Rally and Dragon Strike both going to be available for the side of UNI. And Cornell have nothing. That first pick going the way of Unlasting doesn't help matters at all. The Rock doesn't find anything either.
Lots of damage though. That Brig is low.
But healed up. Gator fan just going to have to be trying to protect those squishies from the Sigma. Can't succeed. Vic does get caught out, and the Hinder coming through as well, making it hard for him to get away.
couldn't get the break.
Oh,
Nice!
finds the
Good
break
pick.
just barely. But still, things are going to get rough as Cornell down 3 players in this fight. The Gravitic Flux is about to come online, and that could be
The flip here.
yeah, that could turn this one. Not sure if the Immortality Field's available for UNI's Baptiste, but
gonna be
the
coming
Gravitic
out.
Flux used rocked out of it, and that's a beautiful shot from Skip. Gator Fan's ultimate completely negated, and now things are looking really dicey for Cornell. Those ultimates available.
Let's get it.
One pick is found, and that'll be one ultimate out of the fight. Vandium caught it as well, and Kolva's doing an absolutely incredible job making the best of this bad situation. The rally comes through, the Gravitic Flux comes through, and Cornell able to sustain themselves through it. Nice Immortality Field for Rookie Oasis, making sure everybody stays up. Vic does get caught out in the carnage, but Kolva's still on the side, still doing so much damage. Mischief finds a cheeky little melee kill there, and Cornell somehow weather the storm.
Yeah.
And they're going to be coming into this last fight with an ultimate advantage. Only the Dragon Strike available, window soon, but Cornell have nearly 3 ultimates of their own to deploy to this fight, most of them more powerful. Dragon's doing absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, Quirky Oasis tries to get that damage and healing in for himself with the window, and he'll be quite effective in doing so. Mischief shooting behind the window, killing absolutely everybody, no problem at all. Cornell will hold on second point.
Really great job. I want to give a big shout out to Gavin there, keeping Graham up long enough for Cornell to end up re-engage, and then just some very clutch heals and Immort Fields coming out, kept them in that fight, allowed them to weather the storm.
Yeah, that fight really did drag on and on and on, but Cornell ran that marathon and were able to get a hold on the infamous second point of Blizzard World. Now that'll be their benchmark as they try to attack. You might want to move the
What?
logo,
Oh, why did you just tell me this?
because I just noticed.
No!
Sorry, folks.
I'm in pain. It's gonna shrink again.
Yeah. No, it's gonna get bigger because it's gonna be
No, because the symbol of your heroes is gonna go away.
Oh, you're true, you're true.
Look how cool I am.
You're so true.
Look at me, I'm so cool. I don't think it was that bad then, if it was during the main. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. The world is a mystery.
The world is a mystery. You know what isn't a mystery? These dubs that Cornell's about to get. Here we go. Sorry, I don't know. I've got a lot of energy. Maddie can attest this. That we were in scrims earlier and I was a little overboard? I don't know.
He only owned gold twice.
I didn't own.
You did own goal.
Did I?
Remember you air dribbled the ball into our net?
Okay, that was once. Okay.
And then the time that you hit the ball into our net on defense? It was twice.
Alright, anyway,
I love that I can just tell Kyle anything about what happened during scrims because he doesn't actually remember.
I don't remember. Me. No, goldfish memory.
Yeah. That's my captain. Can't remember numbers.
Hey. Okay, anyway,
Memory
we're talking about
goldfish.
Overwatch here.
It's an Alari coming out from UNI. That's an interesting pick. Not one we've seen yet this series. Lots of damage potential, but Gator Fan absorbing a lot of that damage and getting some of that sweet overhealth. The Lari turret taken down for now, and the Brawl for Cornell comes forward. It's interesting that Sigma's the Brawl tank now.
Yeah. Ooh, trying to get that Hanzo. We are going to see that
So
Sojourn up on the high ground.
low
Can't
is
quite get the Hanzo.
lasting.
It's a more
Immortality Field forced already. Yeah, that's going to be good for Cornell going into the later stretches of this fight. Quirky Oasis still has that powerful tool online. Gator Fan pushing forward. Kolba finds a nice little flank, and Mischief is able to finish it off. Finds the rest of the damage. The Alari in the corner there takes some good damage as well. Turret goes down, and Mischief's on the side. And it's just Cornell's DPS doing what they do best and finding amazing pinch angles that'll secure them that first point in rapid time.
These pinches being expertly executed by Cornell.
And staggering a tank as well.
Yeah.
Well, traits for the Brig, but it actually doesn't really matter because
Yeah.
the Brig will just respawn forward anyway.
Okay, I think they get point before Brick has to spawn?
Yeah, they do.
Barely, okay.
Yeah. Kiriko now for Roadkill, just switching between these high damage support heroes, wanting to maybe make more of an impact on the game than their DPS have been so far, potentially? Who knows?
Unsure. Either way, fighting on the high ground already here. Ult's getting pretty close for Cornell here. About to have that railgun, about to have that visor.
Gotta have that window. Flux, yeah. Pretty much everything coming close except for the players that have switched for the side of UNI. Lifted, though, are Cornell's players, managing to live through that one without the use of the Immortality Field somehow. Quirky Oasis deserves a lot of credit for the timing on that BAP shift. But yeah, pushing forward our Cornell, and now Mischiefs with the overclock available. Surely looking to use it soon here. That's a nice lift. Good damage coming through. The Immortality Field's forced. The Bell is used as well, so not going to be a lot of tools left for these healers. And sure enough, Kolva's going to be able to absolutely decimate them. Pushing forward even further now, and it's just the tank left. Mischiefs did fall, but hard to see that mattering, as it's just going to be the one player for a few crucial moments. And now the rest of them are coming out, but they're tankless. Going to be very hard to get anywhere without them.
Especially with these DPS up on the high ground. Very oppressive.
Yeah, huge positional advantage for Cornell. Ultimate advantage slightly in the favor of UNI. Let's see if they can use that to turn it around before Cornell take the card home.
Just getting that long-range poke in as Soldier Helix.
Oh my god, and Gatorfan gets a great pick there, sneaking up on the high ground to take down a player. 4 versus... My hair got in my mouth. 4 versus 5 before the fight even starts.
Yeah. Oh, Rock. Big Rock gets on the Soldier. That is going to be rush out for
Kiriko,
Kiriko, but Cornell's going to get the point.
It's a little bit too late.
Oh, I don't know what's happening.
The Sigma's on point trying to contest, but just absolutely no time left in order to do it. Kitsune Rush maybe needed to get used a little bit earlier there, because by the time it was popped, half those players were practically out of health, and there was nothing they could really do.
Great job by Cornell getting the second map of the series. Trey is going to get that play of the game.
Yeah. Cornell's DPS have made huge impact this series. Seems only fitting that they should be the ones trading off plays of the game. It's a great window from Quirky Oasis to set this one up. And once again, it's one of those huge kill plays that we highlighted as it was happening. This one, that clutch stop in overtime. And a substitution being made by UNI as we go into what could be the final map of the series.
Well, while we're waiting for them to get that substitution in and wait for them to get into this next map, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back when the next map starts. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. And we are back! What is up, everyone? We are here for Match 3 of Cornell College versus UNI. 2-0 in the series, currently Cornell. We'll see if they can seal the deal here. We are on this map type called Flashpoint, which is weird, and I don't like it, but we're here regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saravasa going to be the map.
Saravasa going to be the map indeed. We apologize for any inappropriate chatting messages that may have been seen while we were not here. We have thoroughly reprimanded said player. You see him typing again in chat here. But yeah, here we are. For those unfamiliar, Flashpoint is the newest game mode. It basically works as a continuous control point. You keep ult charges and everything like that. And then the first of 3 wins. So yeah.
So if Cornell can find just 3 flashpoints here, that'll be the series, and we'll all get to go home.
Go home and do homework.
Go home and sleep.
I've got a lot of homework to do. Oh yeah,
What if you just slept instead, though?
Don't say these things to me, because I'll do it, and I can't.
All right, Gatorfan coming out of spawn on the Junker Queen here. It's gonna be everybody on pretty similar compositions, with the exception again of that Junker Queen. It'll be interesting to see how that plays into the Sigma, who has been otherwise so far the only tank we've seen this series.
Maddie's also just straight line. The only similarity is the Baptiste and the Sojourn on either team.
Similar to the compositions they've been playing thus far.
Oh, okay.
Not similar to one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Kolva with that fully charged railgun, looking to find a kill here. Gatorfan, meanwhile, is just absolutely in the back line. Axe cuts through the Baptiste, sure to die if he can hit a shot, but he can't, really.
Hit your shots, Graham. Alright, anyway. Cornell, they haven't captured the point yet.
Yeah, and those look like they're going to, as they're losing player after player here. Vandium finding nice shots with those icicles, and what looked like a Cornell fight really suffered from a lack of
Cornell
shots
enjoys
being
doing a little bit of trolling.
One could say.
Oh, don't die here, Trey. Okay, he's gonna have to dash out. Baptiste half. I'm not gonna be able to get any more damage or kill confirm on Baptiste. Cornell gonna be pushing up here with this Junker Queen. Sigma shield already half. That's gonna be Rock coming out. Graham really quite low. We're gonna see the cleanse coming out from the Kiriko that Gavin's on now.
Oh, nice. Onto the Baptiste, isolated, beautifully killed by the dive composition from Cornell, and that's how it's meant to be working. I think Kolva does fall on the Sojourn, but Mischief still raining damage from the high ground. Quirky Oasis able to get some in of his own. Gravitic Flux is used, and it will do some damage, but I believe the Bell counteracted it pretty well. And now just the Sigma left will be burned down pretty quickly, and it looks like Cornell flipping this point quite nicely. Ultimate disadvantage, though, they did have to use the Rampage in that fight. And meanwhile, the Blizzard, Captive Sun, and Amplification Matrix all going to be available for the side of UNI. Not sure how Cornell are planning to deal with that. They're going to have a sound barrier, but I think that deals with maybe one of those ultimates.
Ultimates are coming up. For Cornell, they should be up for this fight, but if they farm them correctly.
Yeah. I mean, if UNI come in right now, they do have a window of opportunity to really punish
engaging.
Cornell's lack of ultimates. But meanwhile, Cornell will engage themselves.
Hit your shots, Graham!
You know one way to make sure that the other team can't use their ultimates?
Okay.
Just don't give them time. That said, Cornell
Graham,
have team wiped.
no, Graham got the Baptiste. That's all that matters.
Cornell have team wiped a little bit, so it looks like probably going to be losing this first flashpoint.
They might get a recontest out.
It ticks pretty quickly, but yeah, it's definitely possible that Vic could get in there.
Do it.
And all of those ultimates were used, all three of those big
Amps
ones
up
for the
three.
side of UNI. So yeah, it looks like there will be a
Get in here,
touchdown
Vic.
for Cornell, and
Oh,
lots
he's
of
gonna
ultimates
die
available.
instantly.
Manages to make it
Blade.
out of that one, and Mischiefs with the Blade. The Rush Blade going to be slicing and dicing ever so quickly. Chop, chop, chop goes Mischiefs, and that's going to be the point flipping
Don't
over
C9,
for
don't
Cornell
C9.
in just a moment, as long as they can avoid C9ing, which they do manage to do. Kiriko down on just a sliver of
What are
health
you
there.
aiming at?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question, Kyle. Just 20% left for Cornell, and it looks like there might be a quick recontest. Maybe we're going to see Nink switch onto the Lucio here? No.
No, it
They
doesn't
might
seem
just
doable.
concede this one. They do switch onto the Junker Queen, though, opting to mirror Cornell's composition rather than trying to play the slightly slower Sigma Brawl, noting that the dive appears to be necessary. Sticking with the Mei, though, and it's interesting how that sort of hybrid composition might play here.
We go into the next flashpoint. That was definitely a drawn-out battle. Happy Cornell was able to end up getting it. That is a big knife. Gets a pull onto the Mei.
Yeah,
Lots
Mei
of damage.
isolated there. It goes into the ice block, but not going to be quite safe even there just because of the positioning. Taking down the turret is Kolva trying to find a shot onto a squishy. Now has that fully charged railgun. It absolutely pops the head. It's beautiful onto Bailey Joe, and that initial pick is going to let Cornell steamroll that fight. Not even on the flashpoint, but they don't need to be. If they can kill every player on the other team, and it looks like they might just be able to do that, as they're still brawling on the last flashpoint, and looks like nobody in this game has actually figured out where the point is. Going to be making with their way over there now, and Cornell get the first flip. Not even a huge investment of ultimates either.
Oh, great job by Cornell.
Yeah. And really, like, you really don't want to see this point going the way of Cornell if you are UNI. You have got to get something into this so that this map and series does not slip out of your hands. It's really going to be all on Unlasting here, but the overclock available could do huge work into this fight, potentially.
Oh,
If it's able to be used effectively. That's Kolba with an overclock and going to be getting some decent damage in, but Mischiefs will be the first player to fall. Overclock, the only casualty that it finds will be that turret, but Vandium taken down pretty quickly afterwards. The Kitsune Rush going to be used for Kiriko here. Gator Fan able to get some good damage in, but not quite enough, and it will be that overclock in combination with the Rush that cleans up Cornell right quick.
Bolt's really out on all sides here. Cornell is going to have Blade and Rush going into this next fight. Beat also making its way there, as on the side of UNI, we've got the Male, and we're coming up on the Captive Sun.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if they can get that Blade Rush off soon enough. I'm not sure that the Blizzard or the Captive Sun will react quickly enough to really deal with those things. I think it'll be about which team presses Q first here, and there's Gatorfan getting caught out. Nice bell to keep him alive, but now not going to be available with the Blizzard. The Captive Sun does come through. Gatorfan's going to fall. Mischiefs looking for the Blade. Potentially, Quirky Oasis does deploy that Rush, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough. Vic resetting.
Reset.
Yeah, and it looks like... I don't know if they're going to be able to recontest this one. Just 20% left, and it ticks ever so quickly on this Flashpoint map type. Speed Demon Vic gonna see if that Lucio rollout will be enough, but 93% count.
Not rolling out.
They're gonna opt for a different point. Lose that second Flashpoint, and it'll be 1-1 on Suravasa. On to the third point, though, and Cornell, I believe, with a positional advantage towards it.
I think
the point's over there. I mean, they seem pretty confident.
Yeah, I think they know where they're going.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. All right, so the point will be located by Cornell and secured, at least for the moment. Good positional advantage for them, as they will be walked into by this UNI team. Queen pushing forward. Gatorfan a little bit isolated here, and without the Rampage to get out, I'm not sure what the plan is. Bell used just to get him out of that tight little corner. And the Alari turret being taken down early. Nice axe there onto the enemy Junker Queen. And getting some good damage, but Cornell securing the point. So now, even as the rest of this brawl plays out, Cornell will be taking up percent, and do manage to find that enemy tank, so that's a big pick.
Jericho down on the side of Cornell, going to be doing a very low health ult.
Big aggressive blade. Mischief so low on health, but somehow staying up through it all, and takes down 2. Looking for a third as well onto that Kiriko, and scrappy fight for Cornell, but they do take it, and that'll be
Cornell
50% for them.
Losing their Kiriko so early in that fight was almost devastating, but still able to squeeze by with that blade and a very low health Genji.
Just barely.
Got Railgun and then Junker Queen, Rampage coming up here.
Yeah. For both sides, actually, and those could be some pretty pivotal ultimates in this middle point of Flashpoint.
UNI is going to be coming up on this right side here. That is Rush coming out. Unfortunately, Grant is going to fall. Lots of damage being put onto the Junker Queen. Not going to be able to find it. Beat is up. Beat does come out.
Yeah, the beat did come out, but the extra health was not quite enough to keep Vic up in that situation. And Cornell almost managing to take that point within one fight of it, but do lose out on that one. Rush traded for beat pretty even on the ultimates. And Mischiefs just opt to switch onto that Mei rather than sticking with the Genji, putting us in nearly a full mirror. The only difference, again, being that Illari for the Lucio.
This Rush can come in very clutch for Cornell here. Lots of damage being put onto, I believe that was the Mei. Mei is going to be able to get out. Mei in half health. That is Captain Sun.
There's the Captain Sun, but a huge anti comes through. Cleansed onto 1, but Bailey Joe taking a lot of damage there. And it's going to be both supports falling, and that certainly will be the third flashpoint for Cornell. Skip invests in ultimate. That's ambitious.
Maybe we might see a Junker Queen switch then?
I don't know. Yeah. 3 big ultimates invested into that fight for the side of UNI to very little effect. Cornell only having to use the Overclock and Rampage there, and they were able to beautifully clean it up. That will mean that Cornell keep the Kitsune, and they're close to a Blizzard. If Vandium can't find some good effect with this Blizzard as this 4th point gets started, this might start to steamroll.
Yeah, keeping that rush up on the side of Cornell is huge.
Yeah, it's a really powerful tool. Gatorfan in some danger there, but the Bell keeps him up for now. Still caught up in a corner. The Blizzard's not going to find anything. Cornell have kited it beautifully.
1 for 1.
Yeah, trade 1 for 1 on the DPS. Quirky Oasis does drop, though, and Kolva will fall as well. Gatorfan caught out on his own. The Axe finds 1, and actually caught in a narrow corner. Like this is just where Junker Queen thrives, and it's going to be another Axe catching onto that Kiriko. Lari, excuse me, as she falls low, but ultimately Graham's most valiant efforts are for naught. The point will flip in favor of UNI at first.
Saw Graham and Max really throwing down in that tiny corridor there, doing their best. Could not quite find it. No ults up on the side of UNI. At least for the time being, getting close to that Captive Sun and that Rampage. Meanwhile, Cornell is also getting close to getting their ults. Rush will probably be the only one they won't have for this fight, but that is the same on the side of UNI. Here we go.
Well, that and the Blizzard. Blizzard for Cornell could be very effective here, especially as Mischiefs is pulled into really what might be the prime position to use it. Could toss that out onto the point and force a lot of positional advantage. Beat for Cornell, and they're going to be pushing hugely forward. The Captive Sun does catch on to a couple of them, and that could be dangerous as those explosions start to come through. A couple of antis immediately cleansed. Nice for Quirky Oasis. And now Gatorfan's counter Rampage not responded to half as well. And wow, I mean, it turns out if you press Q, good things happen.
Yeah, huge for Cornell, though. Going to keep that Mei ult. Going to be really great at denying the recontest here. That UNI is going to have to go for.
I mean, at least eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
They do have a little bit of time on this one.
Get this wall lined up. I believe in you, Trey.
Yeah, can catch out a player very effectively with this one. Oh,
why do you stop?
Why? Okay, splits the team 3 for 2. Nice, but the rest of them just kind of climb over the wall. Mischief's in a lot of danger now. Okay, the wall broke for him before that wall. Before that ice block shatters.
Big Axe.
Yeah. Big Axe for Gatorfan, and he's going to be continuing to brawl on the front lines here. Kitsune Rush used to let Cornell get some good damage into there. The overclock is dangerous. They could get taken out at any moment, and Vic will indeed fall to that Sojourn damage. So low are they, though, and the Blizzard is huge. Going to be catching a couple of them up with that freezing. Blizzards for both sides used, though, and nobody really capitalizes off of it. The only people to die from it are, ironically, the Maze. Now the Skip getting caught out there, though, could spell the end And it's going to be so difficult to fight back into this one. Quirky Oasis does fall, and Kolva as well, and it's going to be GatorFan. GatorFan and Vic against the world, and now just GatorFan as overtime starts to burn down, but he can't find all these kills by himself. 78%. Cornell might find a recontest. It's certainly not impossible, but this 4th point, everything will hang on this next fight.
Trey would probably have to throw himself on to buy time for Max to get back. It does not look like they're going to go for it.
Yeah, might be better to just position for the 5th point. They know exactly where it will be, since there's only 1 point left. GatorFan has switched onto the Wrecking Ball.
Maybe switching back to Junker Queen.
Yeah, maybe a miscomm thinking that they might try to recontest, but no. Loses some ult charge for it, unfortunately, and the Captive Sun is available and could be devastating into Cornell's ranks, as it has been a couple of times this map already. 1 point left to Suravasa. It all comes down to this.
Cornell wins the series here if they can get this, and then UNI stays alive if they can. Still a tall order for UNI, but they're grasping for anything right here.
Yeah. Trying to find some advantage into here. Trying to make this point go their way. Finding this initial fight would be huge for them. The Captive Sun is used. Cornell kiting away from it so effectively, finds absolutely no value. And the wall, meanwhile, going to be catching out that Junker Queen out of position. She's alive somehow. How is she staying alive in that? And GatorFan will be the first Junker Queen to fall. That's not what I expected at all. The Rampage comes through, catches onto Vic. He'll fall as well. The Overclock is popped by Kolva, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to turn the tide. Finds the enemy Sojourn, but not going to be finding much more than that. And Cornell, they got a couple of percents on the point, but they won't find any more than that right now.
Cornell unable to get that kill confirm on the Junker Queen is devastating for them there. Really unfortunate, as the focus just did not seem to be there. We do have that rush. We do have that
ultimates.
Yeah.
3 big ultimates going to be available for the side of UNI. Any of those could turn a fight if they're used at the right time. Cornell have a couple of those of their own, but it'll really come down to who's able to get the most value out of them. These compositions seem so reliant on huge plays with those ultimates, and that is what Cornell have to show up here if they want to close out this series in 3.
Looking to contest a little bit. We're getting close to that Rampage Junker Queen. We are going to see the engage
and
with
there's
the rush.
Huge for Cornell, giving them huge advantage as this starts.
Beat.
The beat will keep them alive even further. The wall, a little bit of a miscommunication, denies the axe for GatorFan, but still the rush is giving them advantage, and they've found 2 already, looking for more. Suravasa will not be over just yet. 80% for UNI. Okay. A couple more, but that's all they'll get. Cornell start their comeback, and with some decent ultimates to hold it, Bailey Joe will have a Captive Sun before this is all over. Skip will have a Rampage. That'll be what Cornell have to watch out for, but they have a Blizzard of their own, and that's been so effective in denying these plays in the past.
There's a potential quick recontest if Cornell loses this fight, but Death would have to happen in a very solid order for them. Cornell definitely also doesn't want to lose it. They've got that Rampage up.
Look for the axe. Can't quite find a GatorFan. Oh, he's very low on health. He's a 3 HP! But he manages to stick it out for now, and he's going to have the Rampage, still looking to find it. Still in this fight. Wow, so risky. Rampage available
Mail
now.
Out.
Yeah, Mail just forces a little bit of positioning. Won't find very much more than that. Rampage catches 2, but not finding kills off of it just yet, and Cornell have lost 2. Mischiefs and Vic both fallen. Bailey Joe is down, but Kolva falls as well, and it's going to be Quirky Oasis. The GatorFan Quirky Oasis finds 1 out of the Kiriko. It's just 3 versus 2 now on the point. It's so close. Cornell coming back on this one. They will have a recontest, but that fight will not go in their favor.
Yeah. Looks like Trey is going to be one of the to touch.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, they will have a touch. That part's not the problem. The problem is the fight that comes after, because Bailey Joe has the Captive Sun, and that has shut them down. Oh my god, 89s! Oh, that's absolutely brutal for Cornell. Trey thought he touched it with the tip of his toe, but he can't quite make it there. And that will be the clean sweep denied. GatorFan still finds the play of the game, but after that, that's some cold comfort at best.
Oh, brutal. Brutal.
Brutal. And on map 4 it will be. We'll see you there. I believe it's going to be Escort? No, Push.
Push.
I forget about Push.
We'll be back with the next map. Thank you everyone for tuning in so far.
2-1 in favor of Cornell. Let's see if they can close it out on Push, or if we'll get to see the best map type, Escort, for map 5.
We're back! We're back! We're here!
Nothing was broken.
Nothing was broken.
Not at all.
Nothing. I didn't trip over the fan on the way in. I wasn't putting my drinky drinks in the fridge. Alright, okay. Okay. Oh, shoot. Graham just left the game.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
And we're back at the lobby!
Why did we rush?
Yeah, it's an Overwatch series. We know that there's gotta be shenanigans. Gator fan, cut.
I guess we're not back, but maybe we are. I don't know, I'm literally crying. Here we go! Push! And I got some insider info. UNI has not lost a series yet. Cornell looking to be the ones to upset that streak.
Yeah. Will UNI stay undefeated and pull off the reverse sweep against Cornell, or will Cornell hand them their first loss? We could find out right here on Push if Cornell can force their way to victory.
Hello, buddy. Is there a name for this guy? Is it Bob? No, it's not Bob. That's the other guy.
That's Ash's guy.
Yeah, that's Ash's guy. Just Ash's little guy. Alright. Yeah, I've never seen Graham play Diva.
No world where that's real, right? Surely not.
It's gotta be real. Real?
I mean, yeah, I've literally never seen Graham play Diva. And I pay a lot of attention to what Graham is playing because, well, when he's sitting next to you in the arena, the way his comms go,
yeah, you kind of are always aware of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm
so excited
who he's looking at and who has one HP. Oh my god, Graham Diva real. Okay.
Graham Diva real.
I didn't believe. Let's see how this pulls out. Might be a counterplay to the Alari Kiriko sort of composition that's coming out here. It does actually seem like, I mean, really Diva quite effective against everything that you and I have thrown at Cornell thus far. A lot of long range available here with the Ana as well. Going to be trying to play a more pokey style.
Great. Already very low, 16 health.
Yeah.
Get some heals to this man, please.
Kolva has been caught out in the meantime as well. Healers may be a little bit distracted trying to deal with their 16 HP Tracer. But, yeah. Wow. This fight not going well at all.
This wasn't even a fight. This was a one-sided slaughter.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Kyle. That was...
I'm always right. Anyway,
I'm not sure how I feel about the Graham Diva.
Graham trying to... No, I believe in the Graham Diva.
Yeah?
The Graham Diva was not the issue there. It was unfortunate getting caught out. Healer's doing a great job on the side of Cornell, getting that ult charge up for them.
Oh my god, yeah, the nano is really...
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good trap. That's
not
a good
trap.
Though. So much ult charge.
Oh, another pick.
The Quirky Oasis is going to have the... Oh my god, Kolva's popping off!
Hit it with the nunchuck dynamite. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
Graham
that is a...
on one right now.
That is a quick and brutal turn for Cornell. They say that the first fight is a huge predictor of victory and push, and often it is, but I think with a turnaround that fast, Cornell might just have been able to reverse their fates. Meanwhile, GatorFan has given up on the GatorFan Diva, and is going to be coming back out on Zarya here, which is also not meta. We'll see how that treats them.
You weren't here the other week. Dropped a 50 elim game, over 50 elim game on Zarya on King's Row.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Hoping it have
Kolva trying to hold down the fort here, looking...
gonna get
caught out by that Junkrat. And it's a repeat of the first fight. Kolva, once again, the first casualty, and once again, it's because of that Junkrat. And once again, Mischiefs finds himself with very low health. Quirky Oasis does have the nano available. I think maybe waiting for GatorFan to get a little bit more charge before using it. But not sure when you're going to get that charge, as GatorFan now out of bubbles, taking a lot of damage here, and the anti is enormous.
1-for-1.
Doing good with that one. Vic,
wanting the Junker
straight up fighting a tank. And the rally comes out. Oh my goodness, the rally and the raid boss break comes through and gonna be absolutely pummeling. Not pummeling anything. Finds 0 kills. Unfortunate.
Crying. Anane does get the Kiriko.
Yeah. But it will be the checkpoint obtained for the side of UNI. And for Cornell's hopes of ending this series in 4, it's starting to look dicey already. Even with 7 minutes left on the clock, that checkpoint is so significant, especially as they begin to push past it. Bob is available here and might be deployed, but there's a Junkrat in your walls, and there's not much you can do about that.
Junkrat in the walls. Unfortunate. Captive Sun coming out.
Yeah.
It hits point, but nothing else. Oh, Junkrat tire.
Junkrat tire takes down both the supports, and Cornell will just crumple from there. And they've used a beat somehow. Oh no, they just switched from Kiriko. And Quirky Oasis is switching back onto the BAP, and I believe that'll be Gator fans switching onto something else. No?
Zarya.
I mean,
well, we've got the Grav pulse. So
even Grav doesn't feel that significant when you've got Bell available.
We will see.
We will indeed. That is for sure. Colbert gets picked off by a kind of beautiful Kiriko knife from downtown. Impressive work there. Cornell going to be fighting shorthanded, but fight they will regardless.
Pulse was used by Trey. Didn't find anything. We've got
the Grav. Yeah, you'd think they would have comboed those. Grav and Pulse. Grav is good there.
Good
catches
Grav.
A lot.
Get the Junkrat!
Oh, and yeah, there's the cleanse, keeping them alive through it, just as I mentioned might happen. Bob coming through there and actually sends up the Junkrat, but no kill just yet. And Bob just absolutely explodes.
We're going to see the switch onto Wintone.
Winton?
When in doubt, Winton.
I haven't seen in a long time.
When in doubt, Winton.
Yeah. I
mean, switching to dive?
What is this?
I don't know what's happening. Cornell looking for a switch out there.
Graham is really just playing Mystery Heroes this game.
I love it. I'm a full supporter. I'm a supporter of Graham Mystery Hero rights. Oh, we see the Reaper here.
Graham Mystery Heroes. I don't know what his last name is.
I don't either.
Okay.
I don't care though, because he's about to pop off.
He's about to pop off. Yeah, let's see the Winton. Let's see the Winton jump into a Kitsune Rush and die immediately.
No!
So excited.
You're so negative. Let's go!
The Kitsune Rush available is able to take down the one. The trade with the Junkrat mines, that's so silly. Quirky Oasis getting some good damage here, actually finding 2 of those kills with the DPS Moira. Both healers taken down for the side of UNI, going to make things a little bit more difficult.
1v1.
But 131 meters on the robot, that is some brutal stuff. Skip finds Mischiefs. Cornell with the huge spawn advantage will be getting back into this fight shortly. Kolva falls pretty low and is going to be forced to back up and get some healing, but Gator fan back on the monkey. Knife in his chest, going to be trying to fight this one.
When in doubt, Wintone it out. Let's go.
Yeah.
Reaper teleport into the backline here is going to have to back up. We got Trey just constantly
re-engaging on the
hurt.
side, though. Vic does get taken down, and it's the Captive Sun doing some good damage to Cornell's players there, and Gator fan just down to 11 health. Tries to take down the Junkrat before he goes, won't be able to do so. And now, I mean, forget Cornell winning this one. Just holding off a full cap is starting to look ambitious.
I've never forgot. Cornell's going to win this.
All right, let's see it happen. It's going to be full dive composition, full 6-mans from Overwatch 1 accepted. There aren't 6 of them anymore. They have no diva, they have no defense matrix, they have no protection from the things that this can throw at them. Mischief is going to catch a pulse bomb and going to get caught in the side there by that Oasis with the coalescence. Beam of Death going to be taking down 2 of those players and looking for a third onto the Junker Queen. And it's good Moira play. Not a sentence I thought I would be saying tonight.
You know what sentence I'm looking forward to saying tonight?
Cornell win.
Cornell gets the dub!
Of course you are.
Alright.
But 100 meters away in 3 minutes. The dub is, for now, a little bit of a marathon away. Now, we've seen Cornell run marathons before. Think back to that Circuit Royale match we casted a while ago where it went to 6-5. But it's also...
The dub may be elusive, but my faith is eternal. Let's get it. We've got this Death Blossom up on the side of looking for the teleport. I don't really know. Okay.
That is an aggressive teleport. Takes a lot of damage, but the monkey jump is going to keep him safe for now. The Kiriko down first immediately. The Primal Rage.
Monkey!
The monkey's broken his glasses. He's mad. He's diving in there with 1,000 HP, and he's going to be pummeling them through.
Graham Overwatch.
I don't know why I doubted the monkey for a second. He's found 3, and he's hungry for more. Going to be looking for that Sojourn there, and is going to find it. Cornell, whatever their woes may be, it looks like at the very least they will find this first checkpoint. Let's see how much further they can go. An ultimate advantage still in their favor. And yeah, dive extremely not meta right now, but they're making it work. Gonna have to wait 10 seconds though as the robot takes a well-deserved rest. And this will be when you and I pick their spot to engage.
Sneaky, bakey, like coming out from Grant.
Oh, nobody's noted him. Nobody knows he's here. He's just gonna pop it and absolutely explode.
Okay,
Doesn't
well,
even use the ultimate. Doesn't even need it.
Oh,
He
okay,
dies.
that went terribly, actually.
Yeah, that went so sideways. Wow.
Okay,
But still,
trades
1 for 1 for 1 for more than one.
More than one.
For
I can't
several.
math. You're the math major. Math better. All right.
It was 1 for 1 for 1, and then you and I killed everyone.
I think we're going to see the monkey switch.
I think we're gonna... No, I don't think we are.
It's not a matter of doubting. I just thought we'd see the switch.
Yeah.
I believe
I don't think we are.
wholeheartedly.
I mean, Cornell, honestly, at this point, they're committed to this dive composition. They're so close to the coalescence that'll basically give them a fight into this comp, and they just need to stick that. And to make the Moira work, you do kind of need to play exactly how they're playing right now. They don't have room to make any changes.
Just like they're just kind of staring at each other.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't really what Cornell want in this kind of situation.
Yeah, they need to get this boy moving.
Yeah, every second that burns down is another second they'll have to fight through overtime if they want even a chance at winning this map. Gonna be diving effectively there, but Kolva exploded. That's one of the dangers of TPing up like that, especially against a Junkrat who can do so much burst damage in a moment. Coalescence, though, will be getting some good damage into here. Healed up is GatorFan, but not quite enough. And Skip is just going to be running through those bubbles. Junker Queen with no fear, taking down Vic as well. And Quirky Oasis.
DPS Moira.
DPS Moira. DPS Moira. Oh, can't quite do it. 52 seconds left, and it is 4 ultimates available for the side of you and I. Cornell will have to win like 6 fights in a row.
Something like that. And I'm not sure if Dive is the comp to do it on, but here we go.
Here we go. I mean, you're playing into every ultimate like it's. I mean, this feels. This
not
feels
bad.
mean.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Vic with the engage help. Oh, big engage.
Oh, tries for the
Doesn't get anything.
Tries for the damage. Just Kolva catches one, but GatorFan does get traded out in the process without a tank in what could be this final fight. Could be devastating for Cornell, but they continue to push forward. Catches one. Reaper looking for more. Catches two. Reaper looking for more still, as it's going to be pressuring onto Skip here. Great damage for Kolva, and the robot will need to be picked up.
Moving.
Yeah.
I'm unfortunately calling it now. It's going to be a C9.
No ultimates were used by you and I in that fight. They understood exactly what was happening there. They can afford to lose that fight, because now they get 5 more, and they have a 3 ultimate advantage. GatorFan is going to have to make magic with this Primal Rage if we're going to see anything other than Cornell's utter defeat here.
The magic is about to happen. Ooh, big pulse.
Yeah, speaking of magic, there's some nice one. Onto the one player that doesn't have an ultimate available. Reaper looking to get some pressure into the back line there. Quirky Oasis takes down the tire. That's 1 ultimate negated.
Nice.
Nice damage from Kolva as the Junkrat tries to sneak around. Can't quite manage to do so. Meanwhile, the Primal Rage trying to make that magic happen. But it's Kolva finding the kills. It's Kolva making the work happen. And gonna have the Death Blossom for next fight. So Kolva's who we'll be looking at for more magic too. Vandium switching onto the Reaper. If you can't beat him, join him, right?
Yeah. All right, Cornell
But
is going to get the forward spawn here.
The Kitsune Rush is going to be so brutal. They fought through 2 of the powerful tools that you and I had at their disposal, but there are 2 more, and they are just as scary. Cornell have a couple of their own, but Coalescence and Death Blossom so situational. This is going to be rough. Death
Looking
Blossom.
for it, though.
Oh, this is the situation. Okay, Reaper 1v1. Yeah, that's not ideal. Kolva forced to back up, giving up that positioning that would have been so nice for the Death Blossom. Oh. And it's Vic and Kolva both falling immediately to the overclock as Unlasting just takes off shot after shot with that Kitsune Rush. And just 1 player from Cornell left. That will be the end of that.
You know what? We like keeping it exciting here.
Yeah.
We're going to map 5.
We're going to map 5. You and I going to be doing their best to pull off the reverse sweep. Cornell, backs to the wall now. Neither team really has an advantage. It's the first play of the game for you and I think that really shows how the momentum has really started to turn. Suravasa, they eked out of the skin of their teeth, but this map, this was dominant.
Yeah.
Now, Cornell, can they recompose themselves before map 5, or will this utter defeat get them down? We'll see.
All right. We'll be back. We'll be back next map.
Hopefully with less breaking things on the way in.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Come on back. And we're back. Circuit Royale.
Kyle, how do you feel about human sacrifice?
You know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Let's get that one on the record. I love when you commit to the bit and then immediately regret
it because I realize this is not the place to be committing to the bit to. But anyway, Circuit Royale. It is hot up in this Mayweather.
What?
I'm so tired. I have a paper. I have so much to do, and I'm casting Overwatch, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Here we go, Cornell.
Kyle, remember what happened the last time we casted Circuit Royale?
It went forever. I'm gonna miss more Critical Role. I'm gonna be
Don't
crying.
you have a paper to write?
Well, it's my side entertainment.
Interesting. What a shame.
What a shame. Double snipers.
Double snipers, Sigmas, you know the drill. It's Circuit Royale. You only play one comp on this map.
Yeah.
It's like if King's Row were boring.
Yeah, pretty much. You got it. Except it's Escort. Well,
Yeah.
King's Row is also partially. You know what? Quiet. Rock! Aww. Alright, we're gonna see this Grant on this Widow. I believe. Okay. I believe. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in. I haven't seen a single chatter, and I'm crying, but it's okay. We are in a 3-minute delay, so it's not like we'd be able to interact with you anyway. Ooh, we're taking some damage.
Oh,
This is
Gator
bad.
fan.
This is bad.
Oh my goodness. Colbert does
Immortal.
find the other Widow, though, and Gator fan going to be kept up quite nicely. Widow duel 1, at least for the moment.
Got a little bit scary there for a second, but great Immortal field coming out from Gavin.
Yeah. Quirky Oasis crazy on that Baptiste, as always. And now the DPS duel. Making this situation a little bit dicey for Mischiefs, but again, everybody from Cornell staying in it, even if it is a little bit by the skin of their teeth. And Gold actually gets found by a Kiriko knife. You thought you were dueling the other Widow? Absolutely not. You're dueling a Kiriko. Gatorfan drops to just 30 HP there, but healed up nice and quickly. Again, great work from the healers. Quirky Oasis is going to have the first ultimate of the game by a long shot with that.
Just gets told to sit by the enemy Hanzo.
Yeah, that is for sure. And Gatorfan being kept up for now, but this first point looking pretty dicey at this point as Gatorfan falls quite low.
No.
And yeah, Vic's just going to abandon him. Can't really blame him. I'd do the same.
I would have done the same as well.
Yeah. It's interesting to see Cornell adapting to the Illari. They haven't done so far this series, but I think maybe conceding to the fact that the new support hero might just be slightly broken.
I don't think so, but here we go. I just like disagreeing. I don't know.
Yeah. Captive Sun is available and could be pretty useful into this fight. Otherwise, Gatorfan could use the Gravitic Flux potentially. Very similar ultimates for both sides at the moment. Window comes through, and that's gonna let Sigma do some good damage here. The Gravitic Flux, I think, finds literally nothing since Sigma fell back down to the ground. It certainly didn't find any kills. Bailey Joe does go down first, and that's going to be an advantage for Cornell, which they'll press immediately.
Yeah.
Gatorfan rocked, looking to
nice
regain. Yeah. Once again, Gatorfan has been riding a nice edge between life and death for this entire map, and occasionally he has died, but overall been doing pretty well. We're going to be looking to stagger some players here. Wow. Quite successful.
All right, go off, King.
Yeah.
We are going to see the switch off the Hanzo from Trey. It happened a little bit ago, but, you know, I'm just bringing it up now.
Yeah. It's understandable. Sojourn a little bit better on the slightly closer range of the second point.
Yeah, they just are not going to peek that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Imbricide is just 10 free seconds at this stage. And yeah, lots of ultimates available for the side of UNI. Cornell at a definite disadvantage at the moment, so let's see how they're able to rectify that. If they can find an early pick, that would be great for them.
Speaking
the
of
Dragon
early
Strike
picks,
is dangerous, but Vandium does get found. Quirky Oasis doing a great job mixing that up. Has to hide below the Dragon Strike there. That is a interesting moment. Mischief sneaking around the side. Almost finds that. Kiriko almost! But the Kitsune Rush is used and also everything else. But Vic's Captive Sun is going to be the thing causing all the explosions. Now lighting up the kill feed with 2. And going to be looking for this Sigma as well. And I think it's just the Sigma, so that will eventually, Sigma dies.
Gavin is unfortunately going to fall in that exchange with the Sigma, but...
Yeah, but I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's
I think
fine.
Gavin
I mean,
gets
also
back before the fight
big
starts.
captive son from Max coming out there.
Yeah, huge.
Can you shoot through that?
Yep.
That.
Overwatch is great.
Huh.
Yeah, so this is what second point of...
This is entertaining.
Yeah, this is what second point of Circuit Royale is like for the defending Widowmaker. Can you shoot through the tiniest gap that anyone has ever created? And
no, just point it out with the grapple.
Yeah. Immortality field used at the perfect time, though. Everybody kept nice and safe. The window as well going to be putting a lot of threat onto the side of UNI. No kills, though.
Lots
They'll
of
kite
damage
it pretty
for Sigma.
effectively. Yeah, Sigma does fall, though. Mischiefs with the overclock available, and a lot of the resources that they might have used to handle that have been expended. The suck will be canceled by
good
Gator
day.
Fan, and nice, great onto Vandium and onto Skip as well. Cornell, once again, eking out another fight win, and the time just keeps ticking lower.
There we
Nice
go.
headshot. Kiriko's
Ow!
a very hard character to headshot.
Reaction time is inhuman. I'm sorry, Grant. I love you. That was toxic for no reason.
Big ultimate advantage now for the side of Cornell as they're going to have the Captive Sun and the Gravitic Flux available. Skip has swapped over to the Junker Queen, hoping to get a closer range brawl in. Vandium actually on the Genji, opting to try to switch compositions to counter Kolva rather than winning the Widow duel. So Kolva actually, you know, has scared the enemy Widow off, in a sense.
There we go.
Gator Fan now going to be looking for the Flux,
In the
much
back
less
line
contested with the Junker Queen instead of the other one. Captive Sun is used, though, and
Whoa.
will catch Kolva. Finds a kill through it, though. And the Captive Sun has also been used by the other side as Vic is going to find Vandium with it. Looking for a shot is Kolva now. Can't quite find it. Trades have been 1-for-1 this fight. Very scrappy for both of these sides. Nobody's really got ultimates to throw at it either, so it's just kind of a mess.
Dry fight.
Yeah.
Lots of damage getting on the Junker Queen. Junker Queen is going to fall. Interesting to switch off the Sigma here, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't really like the call.
I mean, I like the call. We're winning.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like the call. Like, if I were you and I would not feel great about that call.
All right. Back to some exciting Widow gameplay.
Yeah, that is true. Gonna be only a couple ultimates left for what could be the final fight of this game. A couple more might build in the middle of the fight, but for Cornell, it's only gonna be Quirky Oasis. These windows have been kind of underwhelming, excuse me, so far, just because they have been effectively kited. But now let's see how it treats them, as the Baptiste gonna be put in some danger. That's a big rampage. The Immortality field will not quite be enough, and Vic will fall to it. However, Mistress has taken down 2 in the meantime, and each team's down a healer. Now Cornell with a slight advantage. If anything, Genji in their backline causing them a little bit of consternation, and Mischiefs is also found there. It's a mess as Quirky Oasis finds Vandium. The support's even getting involved in this one. Nice rock onto the Ilari, and it's going to be the Junker Queen trying to contest this point, trying to keep this one alive, and I don't think she quite can. There's a Lucio there also, and there's no longer a Lucio there. And there's a Gravitic Flux here, and that's going to be a Junker Queen dead.
Tracer die.
Surely that will be the end of this. Oh, Genji Blade.
Oh.
Genji, yeah, Captive Sun used on the Genji will shut him down right quick. And Bailey Joe.
Cornell,
Yeah.
let's get this done. Come on.
Yeah.
This is very doable.
Yeah. Yeah, no extra rounds this time. The benchmark has been set around midway through the second point, which is a pretty average amount of completion to achieve on Circuit Royale. If Cornell can make it there, they'll take this grueling series and stop the reverse sweep. But if UNI can hold them off, the reverse sweep will be theirs and their undefeated record claimed. Let's see how it goes.
All right, here we go. We see the Murphy out on the side of the UNI. Cornell hoping to defeat the undefeated UNI in this series. Almost had it earlier, but, you know, they like keeping it exciting. Like it. Maddie, put your phone away. We're about to witness peak. Come on.
True. Cornell going at it here as they're going to be playing the sniper composition. Vandium, meanwhile, opting not to play the Widowmaker, actually just conceding Widowmaker dominance to Kolva, and that's going to give Kolva a lot of space to really take over this first point. I'm not sure about that as a strategic choice.
But here we go anyway. Grant trying to...
And there's a Mercy?
playing
You're
sideline,
damage
yeah.
boosting the Junkrat? That's an interesting
Decisions
choice.
are being made.
That is for sure. Looking for a head is Kolva. Can't quite find one, but just in his presence has given Cornell enormous space. Mischiefs will be the first to fall, and GatorFan taking quite a bit of damage here as well, but...
I sense one. I sense it coming. It's going to be on the Baptiste. Watch this. Hit the Baptiste, please.
He's looking for it. Finds the body shot. The Sigma getting in the way a little bit there, and Vic's going to fall here, making things a little bit more difficult for Cornell to stay in this fight. Quirky Oasis healing effective, but one healer's just not quite as good as two.
Clumped on that
They
stairs.
are also
Big
clumped up, and GatorFan sees it. The Rock is attempted,
Dodges the
but
Rock!
won't find it! So much damage, and the Immortality Field broken almost
The Mercy
immediately.
Res is
Vandium's
able to
found,
get
but the Resurrection is deployed. The window is there, and that's going to force Cornell to kite back a little bit for a while, but GatorFan's still pouring this pressure on. They're almost at the first corner. A headshot onto the Baptiste won't quite be enough to find the kill since Widowmaker's damage has been nerfed at the long range, but Kolva's going to be able to push forward here nonetheless.
Overall, great pressure. Good pick from Trey. This is
Mischief takes so much damage, but the Immortality Field will keep him up.
Nice.
Wow, big kills for Mischiefs, despite being caught up in that Gravitic Flux, finds two. And now the UNI team is truly on the back foot. Their healers getting caught up in that one. Immortality Field broken, and the Baptiste so low on health. You might find your Prophecy pick in a moment if the Widowmaker can find it. Vic does fall, and Kolva surely looking for those supports. This is so close on the very last moments of this first point. Riptire is dangerous.
Hit the Riptire.
Hit the Riptire.
Hit the Riptire.
You gotta hit the Riptire.
Hit the Riptire.
Hit the Riptire, buddy.
What if you
Looking
hit
for
the
a headshot
Riptire?
instead.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
We're all
only
good.
the turret is taken. Overclock is available for...
Yes!
In the meantime, finds the Mercy. Nice pick there. Gonna deny the Resurrect as well, since, well, it's the Mercy who died. Looking for the... Oh my goodness. Beautiful headshot for all lasting. Yeah, indeed, kind of sick. Mischief dies as well. Cornell now without DPS has Zalari, though, has the Captive Son, and so you know anything can happen in that sort of situation. But it looks like the thing that'll be happening now is just Cornell kiting back, keeping themselves safe as the damage pours through from the Junkrat. Close to another one of those Gravitic Fluxes, caused so much damage the first time it was used. Let's see how the second one goes. Graham's certain to pop at any moment, I believe. Finds the Rock onto the enemy Sigma, looking for those squishies. They're clumped up in the backline. The Gravitic Flux catches Cornell's players, though, and it's going to be the Overclock as well, trying to follow through it, but not quite enough. The Gravitic Flux is used for Cornell, but rocked out of it, can't quite find anything there. Now they're both pushing forward. The Captive Son just catches one, but the one will certainly fall. Mischiefs now has the Overclock and is going to catch one before it even gets popped. Another comes through as Kolva's finding shot after shot. The Overclock will certainly be enough to take them over the edge onto this first point. That was an absolute madhouse.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of ults used on the side of Cornell here, but, you know, they got some time.
And a lot used on the other side as well. 3 minutes left on the clock.
This is true.
This will be a dry fight, and honestly, Cornell could just take it in a dry fight. But if they can't, they've got plenty of time to build up ultimates and try something different. I do think that Cornell does have a compositional advantage with this range. I don't think the Junkrat is a good call. I think Vandium,
Mercy combo.
kind of a one-trick, but it's not working out. The Alari was getting a lot of value for the side of UNI, and I'm surprised to see them give that up, and Kolva with an incredible shot there. That is just wonderful.
Out,
the Resurrect is available, but now the Resurrect is gone, so they won't have it anymore, so that's some value.
Come on. I believe.
Yeah. Still waiting on that Baptiste kill, by the way.
Ooh, I know, it hasn't happened. Grant, you're making me look bad.
Yeah. Oh well. Vandium with the Riptire available, and Cornell just a couple of inches from that box of victory. Riptire used, and it will find Vic. That is rough. And Cornell probably forced to kite back off the back of that one. GatorFan, though, is close to the Gravitic Flux, so could choose to deploy it to try to even the fight out. Resurrect will be denied as Mischief sneaks through on the side, but Quirky Oasis and Kolva both falling down. But Mischief is enormous with it. The Gravitic Flux is used by the enemy Sigma. Not sure what came of that. The punch comes through, and the Rock flattens on the floor. It's just a Junkrat left to recontest, and this might be it.
Let's go. Great dub for Cornell. I'm excited for no reason, but because I am excited.
The reverse sweep denied. The perfect record shattered. Cornell win the last game of the season.
Trey, this is how you do it. Let's see it.
We will see your varsity Overwatch team again in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be here casting it because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and,
I'll do my best.
I have a lot of energy.
That you do. That
Yeah.
is for sure.
All right, thank you everyone for tuning in. Go Rams and have a great rest of your night. Yeet!